here we are in the Project Alpha studio dance with Roads to Nowhere. How are you guys doing?
Hello.
Cool.
Actually, very interesting name. How did Roads to Nowhere come about?
Vocalist, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was one of our old vocalists sort of just kind of randomly thought of the name one day, and we all just kind of agreed to it, and it's stuck since. It's about 2010. We had previous band names, but let's
not go into that. They were so hardcore.
Yeah, is this, what's that, 3 years in formation?
Yeah, sort of as Roads to Nowhere, sort of. I mean, we've been sort of playing since 2009.
Yeah.
Sort of me, Lee and Spiller. Joe gave us our first gig when he was in a different band. And
now he's in our band.
Yeah. Sounds so enthusiastic.
Yeah. Yippee.
But yeah, sort of since then, sort of we've been through like loads of different vocalists and like a couple of guitarists, and then got Joe in, and yeah, it's sort of carried on from there really.
Excellent. Now, within the music industry, obviously, there's tons of genres which fall under the heavy metal umbrella. Like you've got the tech, the death, the hardcore. What would you actually personally class your music as?
Ooh.
That's a tricky one.
It's like
Grindcore.
We say grindcore on the Facebook. It's like, nah, we're not grindcore. I would say it's like a mix between deathcore and metalcore.
yeah, I mean, so you handle the more deathcore sort of
Yeah.
stuff, and then like I mean, your influences like
Ultra Parish annotations of an autopsy and that sort of thing, and
It's
then
more
Jake.
half between guitarists, really, isn't it?
Yeah, and then Jake's like Parkway Drive and
Yeah,
that
All this
jazz.
one's red.
And I think that's what makes the mix
Yeah.
work, and that's pretty cool.
I mean,
Gives us our own sound.
it's like
Gives
sort
our
of
own sound, yeah.
with our stuff, and we use two sort of different tunings. We have like sort of 7-string guitars and 6-string, and sort of like the 6 strings used for like the more melodic sort of stuff, which is what I handle.
Yeah.
And then Joe brings out the all brutality with the 7-string.
He brings out the axe brutality.
Oh. They're gonna watch this now and go, fuckers.
In that exact voice.
Just be jazz.
Another good bunch of guys. Have you toured with Axe Brutality?
Yeah, I mean, sort of they sort of started around the same time as us, and like sort of I mean we're good friends with a couple of guys. Sort of see them more than others, but we played them a few times, haven't we?
Yeah. They played on my birthday once.
Yeah. But no, they're a good bunch of lads. Like, we get on well with them. Their music's good.
Excellent. Well, another thing I'll see in a couple of weeks' time, you're heading off on a tour as well.
Yeah.
Excited about
Two
that?
weeks
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Mental.
yeah,
Yeah,
looking forward
can't
to
wait.
It's gonna be good.
We're gonna see stuff with each other we never thought.
that. We've seen pretty much everything of you.
Yeah, alright. I'd surprise you, you'll tell you that.
So is that a sort of a UK sort of wide, or is it certain areas?
It's sort of mainly like Wales and South sort of England. Like it's sort of what is it? Starting in Abertillery, isn't it? Abertillery.
Then North Wales.
North Wales, Prestatyn,
And then Bristol.
Bristol,
And,
Aberdare or Abertillery.
Abertillery.
Abba somewhere.
Abba.
And then
We're just touring with Abba.
Yeah, we're just sort of ABBA.
and then we've got Cardiff,
Yeah.
London, sort of in Camden, and then we're ending in Devizes at home. So and then gonna hibernate afterwards.
We'll stay away from each other for like
Yeah.
So you guys, I take you guys are still in the studio at the moment. Getting ready for
Yeah.
release.
Yeah.
yeah.
We've just sort of started the vocal tracks, finishing them tomorrow.
Yeah, so hopefully
But
that should...
yeah, it's been a good experience, hasn't it? Sort of like the guy working with John, he's been really patient. Sort of he's
God knows what he's doing. But
Yeah.
he's professional.
he throws ideas in here and there. Sort of he's just generally nice to work with.
And it's good because he's into the same music as all of us, so he gives us ideas on what to do and stuff like that, which is pretty good. So,
He's a drummer in a hench band.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's in a band called Rising from Death. No, not Rising
No,
from
no.
Death. Rise of an Empire.
So, yeah.
I think it's good when you're working with a producer who can obviously hear and see what you're doing and go, well, actually guys, if you do this and then throw it round, is going to improve something which you're
Mm.
trying to get across.
Yeah.
Because obviously you're playing the songs, you're rehearsing the songs as much as you can, but then there's always something which you think you know should be changed, but you just haven't
Yeah.
got the time to change.
I mean, like it's like little things like sort of harmonising certain guitar parts, changing rhythms here and there. I mean, he's a drummer, so he's like helped split out quite a lot of the drum parts, make it a bit more sort of technical, make it groove better. But it's sounding good already, and it's not even mixed and mastered yet. So I mean, I think
I've
we're
been
pretty
listening to
excited.
them like all this week since I got sent them.
How?
Since
I hate them. Can't stand it.
Listen to it so much.
Yeah.
It's the worst thing when you're tracking something and you mess it up and you spend like a whole day listening to the
Yeah.
same songs. You just get
Yeah.
sick of them.
Sometimes you're like, oh, I want to do this now with it, or I want to do that with it. You know what I mean?
But that's a good thing as well, because you're obviously listening to your own music,
Yeah.
and you're also thinking at the same time, no, I want to improve that,
Yeah.
because that means the end product is going to be what you want it to be, and not half-hearted like some of the products can be.
Yeah.
No, I think always in the studio, like all of us just go, we'll track something and go, no, we can do that better, and track
Yeah.
it all over again just to make it.
I mean, it's always good to be sort of critical though.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, because at the end of the day, it's going to do nothing but improve
Because
us.
it helps us as well.
Like as a
Helps us
band, as musicians, like independently. But it's good experience. I mean, we've been in the studio a few times, but hands down, this has definitely been the best experience for me anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
So you guys all highly critical of each other, or
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I think, like, I think it's just like we just try to keep pushing ourselves to be the best we can be. Just, I mean, always like trying to make our music that little bit better. You know, we don't want to be another band that just writes the same music as everyone else.
Mediocre.
We want to have that edge that no other band has in this area. So if something isn't right, we'll be like, try and improve on this, or try this or this, to try and make it 10 times better than what it is.
That's what's good. We make sure each other, we help each other.
But we don't say it in a horrible way. We're like, yeah,
We don't just sit down and
you
go,
messed it up. Do
You're-
it better.
Yeah.
we don't just go, you're fucking shit, just piss off.
Yeah.
It's like, I
what
mean,
can we do to improve it, or
Yeah.
what can we change?
I think it helps with like sort of. I mean, we play metal, but it's not everything we listen to. I mean, like sort of me, Lee, and Spiller are sort of music students, so we're listening to like funk, jazz, everything, and just like it's nice like to incorporate that into our music. Like one of the tracks, Dead World, you got like a dancey riff in there, sort of like makes it upbeat and a bit different, you know. And I think sort of that's the latest track we have written as
Yeah.
the lineup we have now.
It's kind of weird because when you get many albums out there, you've got a certain sound. Every song kind of sounds the same as the next song. They've got the same influences. With ours, each song sounds different. Each song's got a meaning. Each song's got a different
It's
feel.
all
to it.
really diverse, the whole
Yeah.
EP.
So you can
That's
sit
really
and listen to. Oh, that's different. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's
that's really good. There's your influences as well. That always reflects on how your creativity comes across in
Yeah.
producing the final project, which then reflects to when you're performing live, to the reaction which you get from the crowd. Because obviously the circle of death and the mosh pit's always going, but when something different comes in, that changes the reaction as well.
Yeah, I mean like.
You kind of want people at gigs to go, shit.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah, I
heard
mean,
that
Then go
before.
from
I think-
punching each other and
Yeah.
slapping
Yeah.
each other to like, ooh,
I think
Yeah,
it's,
it's
I think
it's nice to
weird.
Suck it down!
It's nice to see people at gig dancing to our
Yeah.
stuff as
Yeah.
well. You know, we get people like have one minute have people beating each other up and have people dance with each other. You know, it's like
Yeah,
Kinda
you get the
different
drunk
feel,
Yeah,
yeah.
you get the drunk people that are just like
I love
so
those
trashy.
people.
They're just like, yeah, man.
It's like that guy when we played Wales, and
yeah,
he was like, "Can I get on the microphone?" This was when I was filling in on vocals, and I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And by this point, everybody in the whole fucking pub is pissed as anything. Like, I went to the toilet, came out, and a guy came out after me. He had a bottle smashed over his head. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah, I remember
yeah.
him.
And he was just like, "Oh, I'm bleeding." It's just like it is fun.
The
The
thing
drunk
is,
people just get
with
on
our
stage,
music,
it's cool.
we don't just want to bring the same crowd in. It's good to get other different crowds and different influences.
Yeah.
Because then we can. It brings more people
Yeah, 10 to different tastes.
into different tastes.
Obviously, you guys are quite young as well. So, what age did you actually start?
14.
well, we like sort of. I mean, me and Lee started like sort of. We met about 14 years old.
Just
Hey
walked
man,
up
do you want to start a band?
Yeah.
Spiller came in. What were you, 15?
Yeah.
Yeah, 15. Yeah,
And
the
then,
year above you.
Yeah, we've been playing sort of since then. I mean, I've been the youngest in the band ever since, you know, sort of. But I think that's helped a lot. Sort of, like as we've progressed with each other, which has made our music tighter, and we're tight as musicians. So like all the years we put into it has paid off. You know, I mean, if it was to come to an end, it'd be difficult to adapt to another sort of band situation because it's what we're used to. Yeah. But I mean, because we're so tight, I don't think it would end badly. You know, well, fingers crossed it won't.
No, definitely the way which obviously I've listened to a couple of tracks, and even though they're rough copies, it's hard to believe that they still got to go through the mastered sort of stage at the moment. So yeah, I think you guys have got a good bond there. Everything seems to be being brought together.
Yeah.
So really, really cool. So obviously, let's go for your roles within the band itself.
Right.
So
I'm sort of lead guitarist, sort of like I handle the more melodic sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Do the solos and bits here and there.
Well, I'm the original bassist. At the moment I'm not actually technically in the band. I'm in the band. But yeah, I'm filling in at the moment. No, their previous bassist wasn't really into the music, which is the original reason why I left as well. But yeah, I'm just kind of filling in at the moment, helping them out for the tour and for the recording process.
Excellent.
Yeah, well, I'm obviously not the original vocalist. Yeah, but now I've just come in, so now I'm the vocalist. Yeah.
It's like the One Ring.
One vocalist to rule them all.
So yeah, that's it. Bringing new sounds.
Yeah, you bring the African vibe to everything. And then there's me, I'm the drummer. I'm the dick in the band.
Yeah.
As Jake will tell you.
Yeah, he's a bit of a bastard. It was Movember. You became at your worst. He grew a mustache that kind of just controlled his mind and made him evil.
I'm pretty sure I had a demon inside me. But it wasn't on any of these guys. It was just him.
Yeah.
That entire month.
He bullied me.
Yeah. So I'm the drummer and I'm the asshole.
I think it's just them two.
It's just because we've been working together since 2009. That's it.
They're the original one. I'm not gonna say Rhodes.
I play guitar. I handle like the heavier side of things, even though Jake has inputs and so on. But well, it's one hard thing.
What guitars do you use?
Ibanez. I've got two Ibanez. I absolutely love them.
I've got an LTD 6-string, it's like a MH1000, and I've got an Ibanez RG 7-string, and I've recently, just for my 18th, got a Schecter Damien 8-string.
Finally.
You've been begging me to get one
So
forever,
good.
For like 3 years.
So
yeah.
Actually, another question for guitarists. If you could have your own signature guitar produced, who would you choose to actually do the production of?
Ibanez.
You go for Ibanez.
I love Ibanez.
I'll get ESP straight away.
The whole spiel about Ibanez, I just love beautiful guitars and I just love them.
Yeah, it's sort of ESP with EMG pickups. That's my setup.
And it has to be green as well, doesn't it, Jake?
Every guitar on Guitar Hero that I've made has been green.
and then every guitar you actually own is black.
Nice one, Jake.
One day, Jake. One day.
How about bass? Any particular?
I think I would have to go for maybe Fender.
Jazz bass.
Yeah, because I use a jazz bass for the a Squier jazz bass for the C side of things, and it's got such a nice feel. It's good. It's good.
What's the funk?
Because that's what funk sounds like these days.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
I suppose as vocalist, you'd have to just have your own signature microphone.
As long as my voice is loud enough, that's the main thing. Well, so. And that people can understand my lyrics.
Jonathan Davis microphone.
Just
yeah,
that's the main thing.
Especially
Really.
sort of.
I'm not fussed.
Yeah. Boobs on it.
what we have now is Joe's been sorting me out. It's a it's kind of like a little joke because I'm quite small. Basically, we've got like this box that we can take on tour with us and hopefully get our logo on it. So then I can stand on it, signature box, to make myself tall.
But it doesn't need a signature microphone, it's a box.
Yeah, it's a box.
Just screams at the box.
Just screams box. That's it.
I hate you, box.
That's for drums. What about, let's go on cymbals.
Oh God! Oh no! There's so many choices.
You put us on Facebook the other day saying all the symbols you want. It came up to like over $1,000.
Yeah. It was like, oh fuck, how much was it? I can't remember how much it was.
It's just too many.
It's probably just Zildjian, just because like the tones that you can get from them, like because obviously we play in such dark tunings, but like quite high tunes at the same time. You have to get like a certain mix, so probably Zildjian, as they give that right tone. So
excellent. Anyone out there from all the companies watching this? Signatures are required.
Please.
Sponsor us.
Please.
we'll give you gold stars.
Cold fruits
And many hugs.
So when it comes to putting pen to paper for the songs, all you guys involved, or does it fall down to one particular member?
Yeah, well, me by filling in, well, being now the new vocalist, obviously they had previous songs, and obviously we needed to keep these songs because they're popular songs in the band and a lot of people know. So we obviously stuck with some of the lyrics. But now for our new tracks and stuff that we bonded, I'd like to get an influence on everybody, so everybody's got
it's
feeling
like,
and passion into it.
with the music sort of stuff, I mean, it all comes from like, I mean, you sat in my bedroom, write a riff, bring it to practice, or like me and Spiller have a jam, and sort of literally just off the top of our heads work and just come up with stuff.
And then we'll work off each
joke.
other.
I mean, for example, Sharks, and one of the tracks on the EP Dignity, which was formerly known as Shouty Shouty Rara. That was the first track Joe actually brought to the band.
That was his ticket for getting in the band.
It was. I was drunk and at a house party, and I was just like playing in front of these guys, and I started just playing this song, and they were like, "That's cool." And now that's Dignity on the new EP.
Well, yeah, because it was like different lyrics as well. I think, and there was a bit of influences and different lyrics I added into it. And stuff.
I mean, we all sort of tend to have an input. I mean, even Tim will sort of say like, "Oh, this could be that way," or sort of structurally it could be different. But I'd say all of us sort of have an input on that, our writing, but it usually just starts like one person, me and Spiller, or Joe and Spiller, just having a jam.
And it's good as well because when we come to like practice and stuff with different riffs or different ideas, we all work off each other. So Joe will like suggest something, and then we'll work around that, and then we'll suggest something more, and just keep going with that and work off each other, which is pretty good.
Or me or Jake would just go off and just write a complete fucking song.
Yeah, I mean, we'll just try on each other's houses.
Yeah,
you know, like and just jam and.
Or we won't
stuff.
see each other for like 2 weeks, and we'll come back with like one of us has got a new song or something like that, just completely written, just waiting for other people to put their input onto it.
So often do you guys meet up to like practice or whatever?
So we've increased it a little bit. I mean, we used to be like sort of every sort of 2 weeks, but that wasn't enough. Like it's sort of we have like 4 hours like on an evening, and then so we go away for 2 weeks and we don't see each other, and so we decided sort of once a week sort of practicing, but yeah, it's like if once every 2 weeks wasn't enough because it started to lose our tightness a bit.
Yeah.
You
You just get distracted with other things, and then
We weren't writing as many songs or riffs or come up with ideas on how to improve the set and stuff, so it just didn't work out that well. So
I mean,
We're
this
just
year
lazy
has been
floppy,
mainly
essentially.
lineup orientated, just getting it sorted and getting ourselves ready to gig again. I mean,
which, while on that subject, we are looking for a bass player.
yeah.
Yeah.
All bass players
Bass
contact
players.
us.
But yeah, I mean, sort of like once every 2 weeks, like we just wouldn't even like talk to each other for like 2 weeks. Some of us, and then we get back, and then it'd be like, oh, I seen you for ages, like, and it was a bit sort of, it was very slow, like sort of slow process of writing songs and everything, which made everything drag out a lot more. So once a week's like been a lot better for us.
I think that takes us back into the commitment of what you guys want out of the band, as well as what you want the end product to be as well. So
Yeah.
I think you had a good idea taking it from what it was to the new format as well.
Yeah, I mean, so like, that's one thing we've had sort of problems with lineups beforehand, is like sort of people not being either as enthusiastic as the rest of us, whether it be the music we're playing or what they want out of the band, or
Their
sort
whole
of just,
attitude in general.
yeah, you know, sort of like actually accepting what people have to say to them, whether it's constructive criticism or general just people trying to help them.
Yeah.
But I mean, sort of we're pretty happy with how we are now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
I
need a
think
new
we
bass
have-
player.
Yeah, I think we have. I think, yeah.
It's probably the strong out of all the members we've had. It's probably the strongest lineup so far.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's
We all get along as well. We can have good laughs and stuff like that. I think when we first did our first track, which was Dead World, which is on the EP, that's when we finally knew that we all
it all came together so easily, and it all sounded freaking so different and amazing to
anything we've ever written
anything
before.
else we've ever written.
Probably because there's no breakdown in it.
Yeah, no breakdown. It's
This is the first song we've written
and
about
it's just,
breakdown.
it's just like, it's quite an epic song at the end.
The ending.
yeah, the
The
ending
ending.
is
of it.
The ending,
ending
the
is
face
loud.
everybody I'm hoping will pull will be amazing.
It's
It has been
goosebump
that
worthy.
because we've been showing some of our friends the
Just
rough
the
mixes and
little
everything
rough
like that, and it drops into the end, and they're just like they turn around and they're like,
so at least that impact's working.
Yeah.
So let's go on to your influences. Obviously, you said your music students, but it's one of those things I hate to say, but growing up, you're still growing up anyway. But what was your main sort of musical influences?
I mean, like when I first sort of picked up the guitar, it was like I was just like Nickelback and Metallica, Guns N' Roses, Nirvana, and then like got to like early stages of secondary school, and I found Slipknot, and I never looked back. And it just kind of progressed, getting heavier and heavier, and then sort of I joined college doing like music course, and I'll be listening to like James Brown, Jimi Hendrix, sort of loads of different acoustic stuff. I listen to rap, I listen to blues, and so I like to try and incorporate sort of everything I can into the music, like just so we're not like a one-trick pony, you know, like for me as a musician and for the band.
Yeah.
Like it's because the last thing I want to do is get stuck in a cycle of writing typical breakdown after breakdown riff, like.
Where was me?
Huh?
Where was me? In a nutshell.
But
They're gonna see this now and be like, bitches, what the fuck?
I do.
Then we'll
like
get
the
famous
music.
for hating on Woe Is Me. Brilliant.
I like the music, but it's just sometimes it's nice to play different stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I started like that's quite. Like Led Zeppelin and Pink Floyd and all the good classics. Even Police and Dire Straits and all that, and it just got heavier and heavier and heavier to the stage where it's like Attila now, which is awesome band, which is my main influence. Chelsea Grin, your best favourite bum lover.
Best favourite bum love.
That's me.
It's to the Holy Grail. There's just so much art coming out now as well, and they're just inspiring. I can't even say it. Inspiration.
That good he can't talk.
Exactly.
What a vocalist.
But then I can come to I can listen to a good dubstep track.
Get your party on.
Acoustic. There's so much influence I could just sit and listen to.
There's too much of a border horizon of music to not listen to.
Yeah,
different
so
stuff.
many choices.
I don't understand how someone can sit there and listen to just one thing
One genre.
forever. I don't get it.
I tell you what,
Even then, you listen to from your heavy metal, you listen to like Foo Fighters and stuff like that. Like,
Oh yeah,
and
I'll
you'll
listen
tone
to
it down
Foo
a bit, you
Fighters
know?
if it's on, but like my sort of thing is just like I'll listen to like heavy, evil shit, and I love it. It's like one of my favourite bands growing up was Cradle of Filth. I love my black metal, like metal.
Black metal.
I love Cradle of Filth.
at least
Like,
it's not just me.
Marilyn Manson.
Cradle of Filth, Marlon Manson, Jimmy Borgir. I fucking love all of that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's fun to incorporate really evil and like kind of a lot of sacrilegious stuff almost from those guys. But
I mean, it's like that's what helps our sound though, is that
Yeah.
we've got so many
So
different
many-
influences.
Yeah.
It
Hell, I mean,
blends.
I'm happy. Just give me a bottle of whiskey and I put some classical on, some Bach and.
I
Chill out, innit?
I kind of started off playing like my brother got an acoustic guitar for his birthday one time, and I was like, obviously when you've got a sibling, you want to outdo them, and as soon as it's my younger brother, I'm like, right, fuck you, I'll get the electric guitar, and then just like trying to get better and better and better, just to be like, suck on that, and then but that was when I kind of used to listen to like Nirvana and Motorhead when I was like 13, and then as everything goes to heavier, eviler, heavier.
You guys suck. I started on Slipknot at the age of 13.
Well, really, I started on Alien Anthem, the cover of Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal.
I'll give you that one.
I feel like I'm quite different to you guys. I mean,
I was
like,
listening to System and Limp Bizkit at like age 8
Yeah, that's what I was.
because of that.
Yeah.
I started on Linkin Park when I was in like year 6. I managed to move on to the Fall of Troy, and then I picked up a bass.
And then
Guitar
I'll
Hero.
sing
Guitar Hero, man. Guitar Hero.
I've
literally,
never
that's-
owned Guitar Hero.
What's wrong
Ever.
with you?
That just
it. You aren't a musician.
you're not a musician.
Even
you can click buttons
even
on
being
a
a
fake
vocalist,
guitar.
I must say,
That's how it goes.
Guitar
It's the
Hero,
law.
awesome.
I'll go out and buy it now.
Yeah,
Good boy.
I think one day one of your tracks could be on Guitar Hero.
That would be
Pretty
insane.
epic.
Yeah,
Awesome.
only.
that would be pretty epic. But we'd probably end up more likely on Rock Band.
Yeah.
Is there a difference?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock Band has like the Acacia Strain and Crazy.
Oh
Frog and
fuck
stuff.
me! Yeah, I
Suicide
did
Silence.
Rock Band.
So.
Fuck Guitar Hero.
Rock Band does Chelsea.
Whereas
Green on
like,
it.
whereas
Yeah,
like,
Rock Band has Chelsea
whereas
Green.
Guitar Hero
Dad's
has
Gonna
like Children
Dance.
of Bodom and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Let's do a fantasy band question, and even I can't talk now. I'm doing
Fantasy, but it's spreading around.
Fantasy band.
It's my African voodoo.
A couple of years ago, the Big Four got together. Sonisphere did an almighty performance. You guys are now one of the Big Four. Okay, so
Put a shit in pants.
you'll choose another 3 bands to be on stage with you to perform any track. You guys got to choose a track and the location in the world.
Oh my god.
So, who would the other 3 bands be? What would
We've
the
got to
track
pick
be?
between us.
You can pick between you. Can yeah.
Well,
But
I
we know
know
his-
hands down Chelsea
Chelsea
Green.
Grins.
Yes.
Parkway Drive.
Attila.
Or shall perish.
I ain't having a say in this.
Wait, hang on, this Chelsea Green.
Parkway.
Can we have more?
You can have more. Yeah.
Right, shit, if we have a band for each of us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So Parkway,
Yeah.
Fall of Troy,
Yeah.
Attila.
Attila, Chelsea Green, and All Shall Perish.
Alright, and the
What
track
gig?
will be.
Oh fuck me, Wage Slaves for All Shall Perish.
No, it's got one song with all the bands.
Oh no, I thought.
Smells like Teen Spirit.
Killing
name
me.
You can choose individual tracks, or you can even pick one of your own tracks, which you'd like these guys.
Well, I'm
Definitely
probably gonna
Wild
pick.
Intrigues.
I'm probably gonna pick a Chelsea Green track. I'll probably say.
So many good songs.
What album?
I think I might have to pick. I don't even know. Someone else go first.
Attila, make it sick. Simple. Just make it sick.
Yeah, Wage Slaves for All Shall Perish. Just.
Lilith.
No.
Find that notion.
Sonic the Wretched.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
We
Okay.
used to cover that back in the day.
For Parkway, I'll probably pick.
Boneyards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been playing Boneyard since we were 14.
Sirens.
Yeah.
To play that with Parkway
That
Drive.
was the song that got us
Yeah.
to like where we are now, really.
Yeah.
The
Thank you,
first
Parkway.
cover. I go for Sledgehammer by the Fall of Troy. Sledgehammer's dench.
Dench.
Right, location in the world.
Fuck.
Any
Bristol
venue.
O2, hands down.
Anywhere in the fucking world, and you choose Bristol.
It's fucking awesome.
Bristol.
Bristol's not that bad.
Love Bristol.
I'd probably say like the main stage of Download.
Actually,
Fuck.
Not in a
I changed
shed.
my answer. The
Warped
Roundhouse in London.
Roundhouse in London.
I'd sort of walk to.
Walk to it.
Warped Tour, yeah, definitely.
Definitely, I think a tour, yeah.
I would say
I don't know,
main
Ghost
stage of
Fest.
Roundhouse
Just
in
all the
London.
festivals, I think, as much as I can.
That's
Because
good.
then you get to meet loads of other bands
That's
and loads of different influences.
And just be like, I love you.
So if you get a chance to tour with one of your favourite bands out of all your influences, who would it be? If you got that phone call, who would you like that phone call to come from?
See, going from him, I would like Parkway Drive because how outgoing they are in their previous DVDs and
Yeah,
what
I
they're
mean,
like on
which their
touring.
DVDs have been a massive sort of
What they're
inspiration. Like that's not only is their music the reason why they're one of my favourite bands, it's like the way they actually managed to build their career.
Yeah.
Like in their first DVD, you see them playing in London to like 14 kids, and then like a couple of years later they're playing to like thousands of people, and it's like
Same venue.
It's just
Yeah,
such
so
good.
good,
They've
yeah.
given me a lot of inspiration
I
and
can
stuff like
agree
that.
with that. Definitely
Because I think
Parkway.
they would give us a good. They would know where to play.
Hmm.
To play.
And they always bring in a big crowd as well, so it shows our music to more people, even if they haven't heard of us.
yeah.
So,
Well, we've seen quite a few bands, what we class as New Blood and Unsigned right way up through and to the big boys, but even seeing some of the guys that fall in the set in the middle playing to virtually no one in a crowd and playing to another band, which is like really disheartening as well. So
Yeah, I mean, like, we've had our fair few shows playing. I mean, we played in the Fleece in Bristol. We headlined it,
That's 3 people.
and there was about 3 people in there.
It was ridiculous.
And it got to the point where we were kind of just like, I mean, sort of playing, and
You
you just
wanna-
think I want to give my all into every show.
Yeah.
But when something like that happens, you find it so
You
hard to
feel-
persevere
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
and you just tend to think, why do I bother?
You've already got the fuck it's when nobody's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just it's like, or it's when you're playing, and it's like sort of people will turn up to see like the headliner band, but not even bother to watch the bands beforehand. It's like just turn up to the show and support the bands, you know.
If you're supporting local music, actually watch the music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well said.
And like gigs that we've played when other bands have watched us and they all yawn at us and stuff.
Yeah. It's,
Or like they just look really, really bored and
it's like
Have some respect.
Like yeah, even for us, I think even though we don't even know the headlining bands or stuff, we'd still sometimes like to stay just to give them
Or
the
even the
support.
support band.
Yeah,
It's-
and
it's-
even the
it's
support
when
bands, we
bands
get out
start
there,
out
we get
as well.
involved in.
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
it's
when you see a
easier.
group of kids that are like sort of like 13, 14, like
Starting
playing
out,
their
yeah.
first show. I mean, I'll happily be at the front, throw down for them, and give them a bit of support because it's what they need. Like, it's just encouragement.
Because
Like,
we want them to do that kind
Yeah.
of
Being through a situation
That's
where
where we
people
started.
yawn for your set and
Yeah.
not even bother. And
yeah, it was like when we played Cardiff a couple of weeks ago. There was a band that it was their first
Yeah.
gig. We,
Wow.
Like everyone was just stood around watching them, but we all got into it and
Yeah.
stuff. So
They asked people to throw down. We all looked at each other and
we were
went,
just like,
"Yeah,
Okay.
all right then."
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's that
And then they came and
encouragement.
threw down for our show.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Just one, you know.
You show some respect, you get some. Simple as that.
Cool.
In every aspect, but especially in the music scene.
Yeah. Well, you guys are about to embark on a tour. Have you got yourselves any ritual which you do before going on stage?
Stretch.
Stretch.
Fucking stretch.
Yeah.
Joe's like the band back clicker before a show.
Yeah.
The
Before
thing is,
or after a show, they get in a queue just so I'll grab them and click their back before we go on, so they're nice and
either that or occasionally for a certain member, it's take a shit.
Or just, we'll have like a pre-gig fag, have one
Yeah.
after. I
What do you
think
wanna
sort
say?
of, it's just like the one thing that like just stretching.
Yeah,
like,
if we don't
needs
stretch,
to
we
be
die.
done.
You
It's
will-
so bad because like I remember when we first got into gigging and stuff like that, and we first started really getting into it, moving around a lot on stage rather than just standing there like. We would wake up the next day and we would just kind of open our eyes and just go.
You feel like you need to be like a bodyguard.
It's,
Yeah.
it's literally just a bangover. It's horrible.
It's literally our little
full body
yoga
bang
video
over.
Yeah.
in the beginning. We do like a little yoga movements.
Yeah, we have
Get
like,
stuff.
we just have like a little warm up, make sure we're ready.
Tune.
I warm up my voice a little bit, you know, just getting the vibe, stuff like that.
But,
as well,
um,
so.
Yeah, there's nothing really spectacular we do.
No, there's no like sacrificing goats. It's like that.
I love that.
We should do that.
We'll do that one day.
Maybe one day.
We'll find a sheep in Cardiff or something. Sacrifice it.
It's
See
like,
a wanted
watch
sign
out.
up the next day going sheep missing.
And then just nail it to the front of the Roadsmobile.
We'll get a ram and then
You
put
don't get
the
much more metal
horns.
than that.
No, guys. Well, tell you what, thank you.
I've got a question.
Well, go on.
Individually, Marmite, love it or hate it?
I hate it.
Hey,
Bun
yeah.
Marmite. Nah.
Yeah.
I like it.
It's good on crumpets.
So British.
That was the ultimate
I've tried
British
Marmite
answer.
once in my life, and that's because I was like made to have it, and I was just like, it's not nice.
I got the sparkly Marmite at my house. It's like got,
Sparkly.
it's got gold things in it. It's
What's it?
awesome.
Did you get it?
So you
Gold
get like
slit
sparkly
Marmite.
toast or something. It's amazing.
That's like the gayest thing I've ever heard. Do you want
You can buy-
sparkly crumpet?
You can buy it and that'll be less gay.
Sparkly.
Sparkles.
Well, guys, I'm going to wish you good luck for your tour coming up.
Yeah,
Looking
thanks,
forward to hearing the finished EP as well, album coming out as well. So,
man. Yeah, cheers.
So, yeah, no,
Thanks
cheers.
very much,
Yeah.
man.
How do
Thanks.
people get hold of it?
It will be on our Facebook.
And
Band-
just
band-
contact
band-
the members.
Download on Bandcamp and stuff like that. so.
Probably get it on iTunes.
And if you want to come on our tour, we'll be selling them on our.
We've got new merch as well.
We've got
for
some new
Oh,
merch.
cool.
tour. We've got the new logo of t-shirts, and we've got
Hoodies.
long sleeve and hoodies now.
Vests as well.
Oh, and
And,
vest, of course.
Yeah, so come to a show, buy stuff.
Yeah, check out a list of dates and then
All up
Check
on
us out.
Facebook.
yeah.
Yeah. Sweet.
Well, we'll get the dates up onto our Facebook page as well for you guys.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cool. Yeah. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you very
Cheers,
much.
man.
guys.
Thank you for your
Awesome.
time.
Sorted. Cheers, man. Cheers.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.